If we all know rappers are the ones setting trends, why is it so hard to believe they have the power to influence? They're making us do a lot of dumb shit, and we're thinking it's acceptable just because they do this dumb shit that they get hired to do. Whatever they want to make these rappers do to us, we do it because we think it's cool. But they made a lot of dumb shit become cool. They're the reason why a lot of black people feel it's necessary to spend excessive amounts of money on the most ridiculous items and accessories, such as Jordans, gold chains, silver chains, whatever type of jewelry, long as it's expensive, right? Spend all your money, even Kanye, in that song, Click. I remember a verse where he said, white people get money, don't spend it. Or maybe they get money by business. I'd rather buy 80 gold chains and go ignorant. That's what they want from us. Our black leaders that have been killed by the government would not have said anything so ridiculous. But they know hip-hop artists influence people. And of course that's not the only rapper rapping about jewelry. They all do it. They all get signed to rap the same shit. Every new rapper that comes out raps about the same bullshit. They don't want us to be financially successful. Look at all the dumb shit they made become cool. They rap about murdering, shooting, killing, pimping, moving dope, having crack. This is what happens to black kids. They'll look at these rappers and say to themselves, oh dang, they must be pretty good of a rapper to be in the shoes they're in now. They know they're rich and they're popular because everybody's listening to them on the radio. Kid may sit down, think of some words that rhyme. Cat, hat, bat. Put it in a sentence. All of a sudden, they're trying to make their own raps. What kind of music do you think they're going to come up with? When I was 9 years old, I started writing music that had to do with the same crap that these rappers are saying in their lyrics. Murdering, fighting, stealing, having no manners, being disrespectful. And this is what a lot of black kids are going to do. And then they're going to get inspiration saying, well, this sounds pretty similar to what they're saying in their raps, so maybe I can be like them one day if I become a rapper myself. Look at how famous Biggie Smalls became for the music he made. I'm not saying all of the music he had a bad influence on people. Some of the things he said was cool, but the majority of it wasn't. And you know how people have a tendency to appreciate people after they're dead compared to when they're alive. He was one of those people. So based on his music, since he was a black guy, everybody decided to follow behind what he did. He has a song called You're Nobody Until Somebody Kills You. I'm not going to say that's going to inspire black people to want to die or not care about dying, but that influenced them to give more of a fuck about Biggie Smalls after he died, because they saw him as a famous black person who's making it. But really, he's a black person who was making it difficult for black people to break free from this corrupted mentality that they've been given, and he's done a good job giving us this stupid ass mentality. I believe he's the reason baggy pants became popular. Cool, whatever. Baggy pants, I have no problem with that. But come on, 10 Crack Commandments? There's a reason he became famous. He was one of the many, disgraceful thug hood rappers that replaced our original black leaders. Almost every time a black person is put on the media spotlight, they're representing us in a negative way. Making us look stupid, have your pants down to your ass, gold teeth, talking like you got no fucking sense. Even the roles we play on movies, all types of images is us being stupid, and that represents us. The fuck you think World Star Hip Hop is for? Black reality TV shows? And then people will look at us and immediately have these negative thoughts about us based on these celebrities who are getting paid to do this dumb shit. The ones in control of the music industry also know that the younger is going to follow the older. That's just natural instinct. So then they follow behind, whether it's an older sibling, an uncle, a father. These kids are going to follow behind them. They're indoctrinated. They don't understand shit. They've been raised by the music slightly. Let's take a look at the popular white people music. Let's just say white people music. Like, radio stations like The Blend or whatever. Everything they're saying in their lyrics are positive. It's a different style of singing or rapping, whatever you want to say. Their lyrics are styled differently, but their messages are positive. And it just so happens that white people in this country are more successful than we are. And this wasn't the case when we were building Black Wall Street. We was going to take a lot of shit over. Even though we started from the very bottom and they had their advantages already because they had shit that we didn't, because we were once slaves for so many years, hundreds of years. Trends are set by hip-hop artists. That's why, blonde weaves became cool to black women, because Beyonce did it, all those other stupid ass celebrities did it.
It became cool. Of course, you're going to see celebrities like Beyonce, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj wearing straight blonde hair when they are black women. But think about these images. Them extremely light-skinned, you know, these stupid-ass rappers advertising white girls in their music, white girl this, white girl that, and then shunning dark-skinned women like Lil Wayne, and that became cool. Everything they say becomes cool. They're the ones setting trends. That's why I don't fucking get it when they'll sit around and say that it's just a reflection of what we do, as if we able to pick the fuck gets played on the radio. You know how many elderly black people were complaining about this type of music when it was first released in the 1980s, the late 1980s? So that's bullshit. I hate when people say that. So we go from Black Wall Street, the Civil Rights Movement, to all of a sudden we just want to act like idiots out of nowhere. No, this music got to our children's head. The reason tight jeans became cool, lady jeans. And then women agreed because, like I said, we accept shit in society, and they know this. Whoever is controlling the music media knows this shit. Remember Cameron came out with that pink shit. He came out with the slogan that pink is gangster. Everybody started wearing pink, and I wasn't one of those people. I didn't fall for a lot of these stupid ass trends. What else? Sagging pants. So now that we have that cleared, that we do things just because these rappers make it cool, that we're just really followers but don't want to admit it, now I can get to the point. It is not a reflection of what we want. Shit doesn't happen until they do it. We can all agree that the trends are created by these rappers. Why can't we agree that these rappers are the reason black people are acting stupid, instead of that bullshit that is just a reflection of what we want? It mirrors what we want. That's stupid. That's what a lot of you white people want to believe because you have this guilty conscience. But that's bullshit. You prove to me how it's not. Right there in the comments. We hate it at first, but then we accept it. Another reason I don't understand how people can sit around and say that it's just a reflection of what black people want to see because of what we can relate to. That's bullshit. The ones who are indoctrinated by the music can relate to what's put in the music. That's how it perpetuates. But the cycle definitely didn't just start out of nowhere where black people just decided to be ignorant and not succeed after so many plans to succeed back in the days when we were creating everything and inventing everything that we don't get credit for. We invented a lot of things that a lot of white people are flourishing off of right now. Lawnmower, refrigerator, gas mask, traffic lights. I could keep going. And you mean to tell me that all of a sudden black people went from that route, now all of a sudden we want to act like idiots and all these viral ass, idiotic ass black rappers out here. And then some people will think, well, it's because this is what's selling. This is the type of music that sells and it's all about business. If this is true, explain to me how the fuck Michael Jackson and all the other black artists that came around his time when he started became rich and famous. His messages weren't negative and everybody loved him. He was the king of pop. It's not because it's what sells. It's because as long as it's a black artist, we think that's what we got to follow. Explain to me how Michael Jackson made all that money and all the other black artists, for example, the Isley Brothers. There are plenty of black artists making lots of money before negative hip-hop was invented, because hip-hop was cool at first. And he tried to speak, right before he died, he tried to tell you how shit was going on with him, and they're trying to assassinate him. Nobody listened. Look what happened. Somebody pulling strings. If y'all didn't know, Tupac got shot for making changes. The song. This country is against you. Once you're born black, that is a disadvantage right there. There's so many things that black parents have to do to prevent their child from being corrupted. But a lot of parents don't do that because they're corrected themselves. And a lot of it has to do with hip-hop music and all these other images and these dumbass TV shows. And regular TV shows that are just a bunch of images that white means positive. Lighter skinned people means positive. We're not the ones being displayed like that. Whether it's cartoons, all these images subconsciously indoctrinates your children's mind. A lot of you are saying, well, it's the parents' responsibility to make sure the child doesn't fall under this bullshit or become a victim of the music. But if they're not aware that it's even implemented against them, how could they stop it? They'll probably say something like, oh, you can't listen to this because they curse, or because, you know, you're too young, or something like that. They don't know the mere purpose of those songs. Y'all having a hard time believing me in this video. How you expect them to know if these same programs implemented against us were implemented against other groups of people, it will probably have a worse effect. So don't sit around and say, oh, black people are dumb for letting that happen. Can't really expect us to be able to outsmart the government. This is the government we're speaking about. They know everything. They know exactly how the people behave. So since we're the only group of people who are targeted, now that I got your attention, it is very important that as a black parent, you need to make sure in any way possible that you convince your child that this type of music, this hip hop, you know, selling dope, smoke crack, fuck, like shoot niggas, this type of music is the last type of music that they want to listen to. You need to make sure that it's clear to them. You gotta make sure your kids don't do this shit, at least, if you want to listen to this shit so badly. It's a bunch of crap to me. Like, the shit they come up with, I know people who could come up with better bars than a lot of these stupid ass hip hop artists can. It sucks how we're the ones that have to worry about this problem. But that's what we get for being in this country, that we deserve to be in more than anyone else. This is what we need to do, and it has to be done, or otherwise we're all going to be corrupted, and we're going to think that it's logical to shoot another black man for stepping on your Jordans, for being on a different side of town, which was instigated by Biggie Smalls and Tupac's beef, because Tupac was from the West, Biggie Smalls was from the East, and now everybody started following that. So if you're a black guy on the west side of a certain city, you're supposed to hate the black guys from the East. They don't say black guys, but if they see a white person walking across the street and a black person walking across the street, they're going to attack the black person. They'll be more likely to attack you because they think you're in the thug game like they are, just because of the color of your skin. We think we have to be fucking idiots with our pants down our ass because we look at this color of our skin and think that's what we're supposed to do because this is what these fucking celebrities are doing and have made become cool. This could have happened to any group of people, but we are the ones that have the targets on our back. Therefore, we are the ones who have to teach our children better. Consciousness is not something they teach because they don't want people thinking critically. They want us to believe whatever's put in the news and all that shit. What these black rappers do and say in their music is exactly what the racist white oppressors of this country wants to see from black people as a whole. And it's working. They found a new way to install the Willie Lynch concept into the minds of black people today, and it's working. A lot of y'all just look at this video and not give a fuck and just don't break free. You could look around and see freedom. You can't look in your mind and see freedom because you're not free. That's why I'm out here trying to take the blindfolds off of everybody. But they won't let me. A lot of y'all. You might take it off for a second, put it right back on because you've had it for so long it feels comfortable now. You don't even know what it's like to be able to see. So you just keep the blindfold on. Don't come on here talking about, oh, what about the positive rappers? You know, there's still some positive black rappers. Don't come on here with that bullshit. And yeah, you got like Lupe Fiasco or whatever. Cool. For one, how could you compare him to all the negative rappers and act like because of them, what I'm saying ain't true? Number two, I just know the basics. You may get a few positive black rappers. I know that. That doesn't compensate for all the negative rappers that have been out here long enough to indoctrinate a lot of our people and parents who are becoming younger. Not to mention the positive rappers you're talking about, most likely not even that popular. So that's number three. And these positive rappers that y'all speak about, I'm sure he's not saying anything about black knowledge, black pride, black power, anything that has to do with uplifting the black community, because that's what we need, since we have so much of the opposite going on. And back then, when we was creating Black Wall Street, when we were inventing all of these magnificent things that we use today, we were poor. We just made something out of nothing. And there's people that's coming to this country doing that now. But we accomplished a lot more than these people are. But you're going to come on here and say, oh, because we're poor and, you know, we got to do what we got to do to survive. So we rob another black person, and that black person hates the black person who robbed them. And then it's family versus family. And then the beef starts because of music. We are indoctrinated into believing it's okay to do stupid shit like this. And it's not just because of music. There's plenty of other programs. This is just the main one that I want to discuss. For those of you who still want to act like this shit ain't going on, like it's not the music, where do you guys think these thugs get their inspiration from? Who do they look up to? Who do you think is inspiring them to act as ignorant as they do? You got rappers coming up with terms like, you gotta be a real nigga, a bad bitch. Or, terms like, I'm the shit. When you think of all three of these stupid ass terms that became cool just like every other stupid ass trend, why would you want to be a nigga? Like back then, you know how insulting, oh my goodness, you could not call a black person that a nigga? Me as a black man, I do not like being called a nigga, and I do not call people nigga. And I never did. All of you find that hard to believe because of how many black people have been calling themselves niggas and how many still do to this day. Because this is what's considered cool, and this is what these fucking celebrities and hip-hop artists are referring to men, black men to be exact, but men as niggas. I don't say this word unless I'm explaining it like I am now. But you find that hard to believe because I'm black. And why would you want to be considered a bad bitch? Bad is not a good word. It's the opposite of good. A bitch. You know what that means. But that's what y'all may become cool. And it is that serious. Don't go there. And then I'm the shit. That's self-explanatory. You even got that stupid, idiotic ass, pathetic excuse for a human being, Lil Wayne. Cause I'm the shit. Y'all niggas perfume. Wouldn't be surprised if you go around witnessing some black people thinking it's cool to smell like shit. Just for that one line, because music is powerful. But seriously, where do you think these thugs get their inspiration from to shoot and kill another black person? For stepping on the Jordans? Or talking shit? Why the fuck we even spend money on these expensive ass sneakers that don't even cost money to make? That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard of, and it blows my mind how people could be such sheep. The shit people do to be cool, to fit in, is just ridiculous to me. Another thing I don't get is how y'all worship these fucking celebrities just because they have a lot of money. And one thing you also need to understand is that just because they're celebrities doesn't mean they always know what the fuck they're talking about. They'll say dumb shit that maybe they were told to say. And some of you will sit around and act like I'm saying, oh, as soon as they listen to this music, they're going to immediately think to act stupid. It's usually never the case, and I've never said that. Obviously, it takes time. After hearing this shit or thinking this is a part of your culture, they're going to do this shit eventually. It's not like parents can just go to the kids' school with them. They don't know what the hell they're doing at school. And they probably got other kids who are indoctrinating them because of how gullible they are. Maybe the kids that are indoctrinating the good kids are less gullible. And you never know what's going on when the radio's on and it's playing this bullshit music. You don't know what's going on through your kid's head. I DJ beats. I like hip-hop beats. They waste a lot of good beats on the dumbass lyrics. People need to learn to be able to think for themselves, and whatever makes the most sense to them is what they should believe. Yeah, tell me which one is more easier for you to believe. You have A, where a black thug will shoot another black man or kill another black man for being on his side of the town from a neighborhood that he reps. And then you have B, you have an organization of oppressors who have a history of trying to oppress black people, who have created a concept by using black people to make music to destroy us mentally so that we can fail in this country. A or B. Now, a lot of you will pick A only because you've seen it. It's something that doesn't involve critical thinking. When you think about it, it's a lot easier to tell somebody to do something than for somebody to actually do something. Point A would be us doing something. B is just us being told to do something. Check out the links in the description box for more information. I highly recommend it. And I also appreciate all of you for watching this video. For my time in this world, I hope to see my people come together once again. If videos like this goes viral and people start to break free, it could happen. So here's the deal, share this video. It's really important that you let as many black people see this video as possible. Please comment.